So today we're going to attend the 6th December current affair quiz. So I've got all questions correct. So let's analyze. In the last 1 week, I think today I got one all questions correct. The first question is about asset reconstruction company. This company is basically for the NPAs and the bad loans. When we take loan from the bank, the loan basically, if we do not repay the loan, it becomes a bad loan. So asset reconstruction company is a company which buys the bad loan, and it helps the bank to recapitalize their the finances they have lost. Okay. So there was an act called SARFAESI Act in 2002. It was enacted, and it basically in the act it has written that in the layman we can say that if someone has taken loan from the bank and has not repaid the loan, so we can take his assets for which he has given for mortgage. We can take his assets and we can sell the assets to recover our lost money which has been given in the loan. Okay. Here we can see the first statement is an asset reconstruction company is a specialized financial institution that buys the non-performing asset from banks and financial institutions. That is correct. Second statement is about the SARFAESI Act 2002 provides a unified mechanism to tackle NPA in the farm sector. Actually, the SARFAESI Act does not mention anything about farm sector, and not only SARFAESI Act, there is nothing any act that does not mention about the NPAs in the farm sector. Basically these NPAs and these farm loans are basically made for vote bank, and these are vote bank politics. So basically there is no law regarding the NPAs regarding the agricultural sector. Okay. So coming to the next question is about Indian Navy. Every year, the first statement is every year Navy Day is celebrated on the basis of success of Operation Trident. Operation Trident is an operation when during the Indian-Pakistan War in 1971, when Indian Navy played a great role while the PNS Gazi was attacked and it was submerged by the Indian Navy. That was the day which was celebrated as Navy Day, and as we know, President is the commander of all the defense forces, Air Force, Army, and Navy. So, statement 2 is about it is headed by President of India, Supreme Commander. It is also a right statement. Third statement is Indian Navy's motto is Sam No Baruna. Sam No Baruna means Baruna means the god of water. Okay, and that is why it is the motto. I mean, the statement 3 is correct. Okay, so all the statements are correct here. Coming to the question 3, it is talking about sedition. Sedition, as we know, when we do something enmity towards our nation, or we make some statement that is enmity towards our nation, and that is called sedition. We can be booked under sedition. That is mentioned under Article 124A, Section 124A in the IPC. So the first statement tells here sedition is a crime under 124A of the Criminal Procedure Code. That is not correct. It is under IPC. It is not under CRPC. Okay. Second statement is it is a non-bailable offense. That means if you are booked under sedition, you cannot apply, you cannot claim for the bail. Okay, so it is a non-bailable offense. It is a true statement. Okay, and the third statement is about a person charged under sedition law is barred from a government job. So this statement is also right. When you are booked under sedition, so you cannot apply or you cannot get any government job. Okay, so sedition, as you know, it is enmity or hatred towards our nation, or we praise our enemy country. We can, if we say Pakistan Zindabad and all, that is also called, that is also can be booked under sedition. Okay. So the next statement is about World Program Action. This statement is this action is basically meant for the disabled people, to make the world accessible for the disabled people. In line with this action, there are many initiatives of our government. We know that is Accessible India campaign, as we know, that is also for disabled people for their accessibility in every public transport and all the social parameters. Okay, so this action is basically meant for global strategy to enhance disability prevention. Okay, so you can remember this. So the next question you can see, that is about the Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Mandhan pension scheme. It is a pension scheme basically for the unorganized sector people who are not covered under the regular pension schemes like National Pension Scheme NPS and EPFO. These are the regular pension schemes. So the people which are left out of these regular pension schemes are covered under the PMSYM. So under the PMSYM, the first statement, it has said it is a central sector scheme administered by the Ministry of Labor and Employment. This statement is correct. It is a central sector scheme. That means center is providing all the funding and not any state are involved in the funding process. So there are two kinds of funding. One is centrally sector scheme and one is centrally sponsored scheme. Centrally sponsored means the state also have to put some money, put some funding in the scheme. Okay, so it is a central sector scheme. The second statement is about an unorganized worker between 18 to 60 year of age is eligible for the PMSYM scheme. So you can see it is not 18 to 60 year, it is 18 to 40 years. Okay. So as we can see the eligibility, the person should be an unorganized worker. Okay. And the monthly income should be below 15,000. Okay. The second eligibility. The third one is it is between 18 to 14 years. The fourth one is the person should have a mobile phone and a bank account and a Aadhaar number. Okay. So next one is the person should not be covered under the regular pension schemes like new pension scheme, ESIC, Employee State Insurance Corporation, and EPFO, Employees Provident Fund Organization. And the person should not be income tax payer. Income tax payer means the person should not be a direct income tax payer. It is not talking about the indirect income taxes. Indirect income tax we all pay. Okay. So it is talking about the direct income tax which the government employees and all which have a more income capacity they pay. So the person should not be under income, should not be a direct income tax payer. So these are the eligibility under which they can apply for PMSYM, Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Maan-Dhan Yojana. Okay, so these are the 5 questions you can attend, and this is all about today's quiz. Okay?